Okay, folks, really good afternoon. Thanks for making time. Two elder statesmen and a lady who I've known for a long time. Two from the same team, the Sleepy Owl. One from the Canam Raptors, our defending champions. Forget about the league for a minute. We're not even going to go down that road. First, we wanted to get to know you all a little better, and I wanted to understand what you all have done through life to get to this stage. So a little bit about getting to Chandigarh, your work, what you had as an experience when you were in the services, etc., etc. I want to hear it from three of you. You could be just telling us your story as well. Go for it, Colonel Tandi, please.
Oh, I was in the army military, and I think I am one of the senior most veterans here.
Right. We're not asking
by age of retirement. So I've been on the CV Street 27 years, and the best thing to have happened to me was that I was a member of the Chandigarh Golf Club, and rest is
So at the moment, do you do anything else apart from drinking Sleepy Owl?
Oh,
Are you not working at anything?
no, I fortunately belong to a family. The parents did it for me, and like all Chandigarh good people. So I do.
You're being very modest.
I do what we do in Chandigarh.
Play golf and
Play golf and
have a
have
good life.
fun, and all the time keep thanking the
I'm
parents.
sure you do lots more.
Parents that they moved to Chandigarh.
Okay. General sir, I'm sure had a crazy career getting to where you did before you came back here.
Yeah, I served for 38 years and I was in the Armored Corps, that is the tanks. So I loved the job because a lot of outdoors, and I was a sportsman, so played hockey, basketball, athletics, squash, tennis, everything.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I did all the necessary jobs, the good jobs, and finally commanded a division in Patiala.
Right.
And I came here in 2011 after retirement.
Only 2011.
Yeah.
Not that far away.
Yeah,
Okay.
though I became a member fortunately 40 years back.
Okay.
So that way I was already well
Managed to
settled.
cover that base.
Well placed.
Very
Well,
difficult otherwise. I know
Yes.
it's almost impossible now.
and ever since then, one has been playing golf and the Chandigarh Golf Club. Nothing else. No, I didn't do any job after retirement. So
Well,
having
like
a good
I said,
time.
General Ali and you girls up, the nation salutes you because I think people sometimes forget the contribution all of you make. But thank you for that. And Shona, you tell us a little bit about your life. I know your mum was mad about the game and everything else. So a little bit about that. You're growing up
so
here.
I started playing. Came to Chandigarh from boarding school. Played golf because my mother played, set up the ladies section. There was nothing else to do in Chandigarh in those days. You either played tennis or you played golf. So played golf and then got into journalism. I played on the ladies circuit. We didn't have a pro tour. So got into journalism, and from there played a lot of golf for many years. But then I went and did my masters, and I worked.
You have you written a book?
Not
You
yet.
should tell- oh, you are
I've
thinking of
put
it?
together a book on golf,
Nice.
which is sitting in a lot of pages that need to be edited and finally taken to somebody, but it's ready. And I don't have so much time for golf now because I work and I am a CrossFit level 1 certified trainer, so I teach CrossFit. But when I can, I come out and play golf.
Awesome.
So-
Awesome. And then the next question leading up to this, if you didn't play golf, what would you be doing?
Oh,
Losing your sanity maybe?
no, you shouldn't be asking me that.
No, I need to know. You should say no.
That's what I
can't. Golf
wonder
is-
all the time. There are, particularly for us service people,
Right.
who all retire very young. So in case they don't play golf, what do they do?
I'm worried. I want to know.
Especially in
that's it.
Chandigarh, what do you
So
do?
they're all on, things which we can't imagine that they cannot do.
Yeah, when we play, we really discuss what are the guys doing who are not playing golf, what are they doing at home.
So I think this is where we have
for people who
to.
don't play golf.
This is
That's
where we
all I can
thank
think of.
Brandon for bringing the league to Chandigarh. So you've given a new lease of life to everybody.
No, I think it's a great thought process in terms of this platform. And honestly, I'll be honest with both you gentlemen and you, Shona. The whole idea was to create camaraderie and build one club. And that is something we shouldn't lose focus on. But anyway, we will go back to that in a minute. But Colonel Saab, a lot of people would love to hear, I know you're very proud of your son, but Sleepy Owl, where did it get conceived and how is it? I know it's taken off everywhere, but can you just share a couple of insights? Because you know what we're trying to get out of this little conversation with different people is, and we want to talk. I meet her daughter all the time, but I would love to hear from Shona when she talks about her. What do you have in mind, or what is she planning to do? General Saab, same thing. You're blessed. You have Goody also plays.
Yeah,
Sometimes that can be
very lucky.
irritant if one doesn't play. But in terms of your son and how it all happened, where did that come from? Where did that spark happen? Or he didn't share it with you? I'm sure he did.
No, I went to the military, and when my son came of age, so he would, he wasn't from the military background.
Sure.
He was born after I was almost out of the system. So he wouldn't salute me. So I sent him to the Valley Forge Military Academy in US for a summer course.
Okay.
So, which is very, very
love
interesting. So people ask me, why you sent your son to the Valley Forge Military Academy in US, which is a feeder academy for the West Point.
Right.
So he went in there, and I said, son, and we had the green card. He could have joined the West Point. He did all that. He said, I'm not joining the West Point.
Okay.
So he figured out in his pre-training, and he finished his 2 years course very early, went on to University of Southern California. And something else which he picked up was that he should be an entrepreneur, and he says there's one person who should be out of it, and that was, he says, the father. So as long as the father is out of whatever business or whatever work that he does, there'll be no interference, and I'll end up doing what I like to. So Sleepy Owl is all his creation.
Nice.
With his friends who are there, I have got no financial stake, and when I try and tell him, look here, do this, he says, can you just step away? We know what is.
We all know that, kids always say the father doesn't know, the uncle knows better. But that's okay.
That's the next generation. That's the way they like to do it, and I'm so
Well, that's
happy.
sweet, and we're all very proud of what's happened, and we've enjoyed the brand because we also have it in Kolkata and wherever I do events, and Sleepy Owl's been an integral part of it. But General sir, what's been your family life like in terms of?
Fortunately, both my daughters play golf.
They do.
They do, and one is in Melbourne, where there are about 10 golf courses where
easy.
she stays, and the other one is in Vancouver, near Vancouver, a place called Lillooet. And both are married to foreigners.
Oh, really?
All Goras.
You're not a member of Royal Melbourne?
No.
Top 100 courses of the world, right?
Though I have gone and played there, and I've seen the President's Cup in
so that was
Royal
at
Melbourne in 2011. And so both of them, especially the younger one, is lucky because there's only one golf course. She stays in a place called Lillooet, which is population is 3,500.
Right.
Wow.
But they have a golf course, 9-hole golf course.
And I'm sure 3499 play the game. In more likelihood.
So I'm very lucky. Whenever I go, I have got a golf set both in Melbourne and Vancouver. So does Goody.
Super.
And but why we bought another set for Goody was because they won't allow a pair to play with one set.
You can't share a set.
You can't share. They said no.
No country club, yeah.
So we just went on net and saw an ad, $10 for a golf set. So we were quite surprised. So we said, okay, we just need a golf set behind the cart, that's all. So so I spoke to that old lady. It was her husband. So I said, can we come and collect it now? It was a Sunday, 11 o'clock in the morning. She said, I'm going to church. The set will be lying outside, slip $10 under the door.
You can
And
take
take the golf
You
set.
can take.
But that's got to be that's a story to tell. I was going to ask you after this, which is your favorite golf story? You already told us. So I love it. We come back. Tell us a little bit about your little one. What's going on with her?
I have two little ones.
Oh,
actually.
sorry, I see one
so,
only.
yeah, my younger one actually is into riding. She
Okay.
loves spending more time with horses than with people.
That's-
In fact, today I told her that, when we finish the match, you'll finish school, so at least come for a little while. So she comes occasionally. My older one has, I think thanks to the league, now wants to play golf. So she said, I want to play the league with you maybe together.
Lovely. So you've inspired that.
Yeah,
Yes.
and because of that, she's joined CrossFit as well. So she's getting stronger. She started working on her game. So it's been good for her to get out.
And very quickly, Kansa, what's your favorite golf story? Doesn't have to concern you. It could be anything you've heard, watched, seen, anything.
I would say my golf story is that I played golf on the Indian Open and the Pro-Am. We partnered with
Tiger Woods.
Phil Kadaris from Australia.
Yeah, Terry Pilkadaris, I know
Terry.
that.
So my partner asked, he says, Terry, tell me how to put a ball around the tree from the right and from the left. He says, can you teach me that? He says, all my life I've been trying to hit a ball straight. And they go around the tree. and we go from
Now I
left to
know
free.
why Terry told us. I
wish,
haven't forgotten Colonel Gandhi.
he says, I wish I could hit a ball straight where I wanted to go and not take it around the trees and then end up hitting the trees.
Okay, well, after your $10 golf story, sir, of buying the set, Jalsa, there must be one thing that you remember which in your golf that you sort of felt, I wish that day would happen more often. Is there anything like the first time you broke 80 or anything exciting like that? 75?
Yeah, actually,
72?
this is while I was a captain when I started learning the game, and I used to play with only one club, 7 iron, and I used to putt with a 7 iron and tee off with a 7 iron. Somebody put it in my
I heard
head
of sixes and sevens. I never knew you could do it only with the seven.
yeah,
Okay.
and I didn't know that you could play with the other clubs too. This was in India.
Wow.
So it was later only one started, and anyone who I met after 10, 15 years, they said, you left your 7 iron and now you're playing in a
You got a whole set of clubs?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Own
Okay.
a set of clubs.
And yours, Shona, anything from the days of playing serious golf? Or otherwise, it doesn't matter?
I can't really think of a story.
Okay, I'll ask you a different question. What is the most unbelievable golf story you've ever heard? Anything at all? You know, like Delhi Golf Club tells you that they have the maximum hole-in-ones in the winter because it's missed, and everybody who hits a shot, somebody will shout
You
out,
can't see them.
hole-in-one ho gaya, because they want the tips from the Japanese. So for me, that's the story I love telling. But there is anything equally exciting?
Nothing
No.
that exciting in Chandigarh.
Okay,
no.
well, let's come back to the league just for a minute. Canam Raptors, I don't know, and nobody will ever take this away. You put path breaking, last hole, last putt, you finished and you won. We loved it. I think you were a great champion team. Today, you guys have actually smoked it, 6-1. You should get into the 12, God willing, and I hope you'll go from further strength to strength. In terms of this event, I think the platform cannot be faulted. Yes, people will talk handicapping, people will talk other stuff. In terms of the actual matches and making this more equal, is there any one thing that would come to your mind so that you felt that the matches were fairer? I have an answer for it, which I'm going to share, but otherwise, do you have anything like that that comes to mind?
I think by and large, it's all okay. I love the DHS. People who have fault handicaps, they all get tanked. By the time the league reaches a stage that we are now, everybody's been
bit of cleanup is happening
tanked enough, and it is, now it's a level playing field. Anybody who has, say, if the first team who beat us, if we play them today, it will be a different result just on the basis of handicaps which are there. So, and every system must have, onto that. And I'm yet to come across a golfer who plays at the level that we play at. We all like to add a little to our handicap and to
About honesty.
do that, and which is okay, which is part of the thing. But you have to actually go and play well on that day. That is what has actually happened to our team.
Now,
If we see our lineup, there are some people. There's Ajay Taj and
Brigadier Dillon, who's now, you
Dillon.
renamed him, you rechristened him this year. I didn't know who I was calling to this.
So if they are such a pair, they started off at 10 handicap, and today is the first match they've won.
Actually
It's their
won,
sixth match.
Yeah.
And I can take a general would agree with me that on any day in the Chandigarh Golf Club, you pair them up in an Independence Day Cup, which is the most prestigious tournament, they'll be unbeatable. They'll say somebody's done an unfair draw.
Really.
That's how fair the system is. Both of them, they've not even been tanked.
Anyway, I will give you my thought in a minute, but Jansa, anything from you? You've had a few changes this year in the team. Was it just because of a lot of horse trading amongst the teams, or what actually happened?
Yeah.
Which is not nice. I think
Yeah.
getting too commercial is not nice, honestly.
That's right. A little bit of, players get demanding money. Players, yeah.
That's sad.
Some
That's
players getting paid for playing for the team. That's the only negative thing. But I think scoring wise, I have a suggestion that why don't you total the score of both the players in a pair, both the players there and decide.
So it's almost like playing Nevada, as we call it. I'll give you my thought in a minute, but Shona, you want to add anything different to this?
Well, there was some discussion that, maybe the single handicap plays a single handicap. But having followed the Ryder Cup format and, the way match play works all over the world, and if you're playing foursomes, and I think this format works.
Okay, so I tell you what, gentlemen, and you, Shona, I want to just leave you with a thought. When you play squash with somebody who's far better than you, it's a waste of time for the better player. When you play that in tennis, it's the same. If you went and played cricket, somebody was much superior as a bowler or whatever. Golf, basically handicaps get done so that you can accommodate everybody. What we found working are two elements, and some of it you all have briefly touched on, and I'm just going to leave you with this thought. Create the bucket and have your matches played in the bucket. Instead of coming with a pre-selected saying, he's my singles in, you do it in order of the lowest handicap playing the lowest.
Yeah, I'll just join you.
What it
I'm in
does
an interview.
basically, Anisab, is we're trying to keep the peer group together. That's number one. And I think the point that generals have made, and this again, General Mali, was something we did in Calcutta a few years ago, we started making the second ball count. If you halve the hole, it didn't mean the second person could just take himself or her out of the game. What I've been trying to strongly tell the club, and again, I'm not asking you all to be spokesmen, but if you all believe in it, it's very important that when we talk about the future of this, a lot of this is first put into the pot. It's like trying to make a dish and then forgetting to leave out 5 ingredients. Then it's too late later to settle it. Because once it's announced, signed, you can't change it. So I'm just saying that this was one thing I wanted to make sure we touched on in our little chat. This is going to be on YouTube. I hope you guys are going to enjoy seeing yourselves. You look really good. But it's fun. And I just think people like you can make that difference. You know, you all are enthusiastic. This is something that is part of your lives. You all are here most days. The club is open. And we need more people like you who could be great ambassadors for this club and the sport.
I agree.
That's my
And
thought.
then while one agrees with you, like, that's the way it needs to be going forward. Once this league gets over, it's over. After the party on the 22nd evening, it is.
I understand there are these
curtains.
hurdles. No, but sir, whoever comes in, let's say I know there's an election, but once the election's over, let's say, and you know who's the people in the chair, I think one of the things they should be calling for is saying, hey, team owners, let's sit down and have a little evening. Let's try and gauge. Some will be very, very lopsided in their suggestions. Because I think what's overrunning this at the moment is being too competitive. So the two things we've been slowing down, Chona, and I don't know whether you all will agree, maybe I'm too old now to, and that's why I think like this. I don't want this to get too commercial, which means I don't want owners to be made to
Fully agree with
you
you.
have to give golf bags and
Yeah.
really whatever.
Yeah.
And the second part I definitely believe is we need to make this a little fairer and more fun. Because if you take the fun out, this league will die.
Absolutely.
And that's what we're telling all the
Yeah.
clubs.
Yeah.
But anyway, thanks very much. Really appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
Great fun.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.